Good evening, all. Very good evening. Am I audible? Can you see my screen? Good evening, dear participants. Yeah, good evening, all. So, good evening and welcome to Natural Language Processing Masterclass Day 3. I welcome you all on behalf of Pantech e-learning. Very good evening. Can I get some response in the chat box? Good evening, guys. Good evening. Yeah, it's 6 now. I hope we are on time. Good evening. Very good evening. So, have anyone tried using Regex? Have you guys tried to use Regex? It's pretty much simple if you just know the basic tools or the combinations. What is a quantifier? What is their role? What is group? What is ranges? What is a negated set? What all the escape characters mean? If you know them individually, then don't worry. Step by step, you can learn. When we go into the projects, we will be doing pre-processing pretty much very basic. We will be using. Don't worry, much complex. We are not going to match anything. Okay. So we'll be searching, for example, in a tweet dataset. If you want to find hashtag, then what you can do is you can use a word boundary. Anything which starts with the hashtag, you can use a plus there because you want to have a word which is a slash w plus, which means one or more, and you can end that word. You can find that using dollar symbol. So you'll be collecting all the hashtags like this. Or if you have some unnecessary thing contents emojis inside, then you can use just inside square bracket. You can pass select all small a to z, capital A to z. Just that it is going to do the task. It's pretty much basic. What we have seen is till what all options you have. That's what we seen in our previous session. We'll match it. Don't worry. I heard that many of you participants found it difficult. I will sort it down. We move through regex, especially when we imply it in our project. Fine. So the day 3 here we are going to discuss contents on Pandas library, which is we are going to use for our NLP purpose. Or in general, Pandas is actually for data handling. Okay. So if you have a data set, it could be any NLP data or common data. First, we'll see the common things. So how to handle that data, especially if you guys tell me what are some sites where you can collect data set, data collection method. We have seen some site, right? Have you guys tried it out? Have you guys tried using any collection sites, data collection sites? Can you guys post it down in the chat box? Yes. Yeah, good evening, very good evening all. Happy to see everyone on day 3. Very good evening. Kaggle, right? Very good. Kaggle, GitHub, any other Google dataset search, something like that, right? Maybe you are searching using Kaggle, you are collecting a dataset. Let me go into the browser and let me search for Kaggle. And in the dataset, I'm going to just search for diabetes. For practice, we are going to just use a tabular dataset. Later on, we'll use other dataset as well. So we have some columns, some details. Maybe I want this. I'll click download. Okay, maybe I can choose the downloads, diabetes data, saved, done. So now if I want to use it inside Google Colab, what I have to do is, see here, this is Google Colab. You can go into the left side, click this files option. It will be suggested with the local directory here in the cloud. You can refresh it and then you have to click this upload option. So you have to upload the data you have collected. So the CSV data is now available here. If you just double click it, it is going to show you the glimpse in Google Colab. You have your data available here in this local directory, but still you haven't got it inside Python notebook. So that's what the role of Pandas now is going to be. So the path of this is actually, you can click this 3 dot, you can copy the path, and if I paste it, this is what the path for my data set. Okay, so I'll use hashtag to give it as a comment. This is the pathway, right? UCI repository, very good. So now we have it here. So how to load it and then use this data. That's what we are going to learn with Pandas library. Once we discuss this, we also do later on. If you know the basic Pandas skills, it is much required when you handle the data, especially in machine learning scenarios or deep learning scenarios or tabular data. You want to handle it with Pandas. So let us first see with the tabular data. Pandas is a Python library used for working with data sets. What do they do is it has functions for analyzing, cleaning, exploring and manipulating the data. And Pandas is fast and it has high performance and productivity for the users. Okay. And Pandas allows us to analyze big data and make conclusions based on statistical theories. And Pandas can clean messy data sets and make them readable and relevant. And relevant data is important, especially in the fields, right? This is common for data science, machine learning, and AI and all. Pandas is a common tool for NLP as well. So you can, if you don't have this library, you can install with the command pip install pandas. You already have it. So you can import pandas and you can import it with a keyword or you can give a nickname as PD. Why? Because every time if you want to use pandas, you have to mandatorily type fully pandas, pandas dot head, pandas dot map or something like that. It's difficult. So you can just create a duplicate name as PD. So now onwards you can just use as PD or PD dot to read other functions and get the result. Fine. So can we start with pandas now practically? Can I get some response in the chat box? Can I get some emojis? Are you guys ready for pandas? Good evening. Good evening Raj. Good evening all. Can we start? So let me just go with import pandas as PD and let me create a new code cell. And now we are going to learn about how to load a CSV file in pandas. Okay, so in pandas, before we start with pandas, let me tell you this thing. So let me create a Python list. Okay, my list is equal to apple, orange, banana. So this is actually, you can create it as a tabular data, but this is a single column. Okay, so if you want, you can go with pandas.series. Okay, series is something like only used for multiple rows but only one column. So if you pass your list here, it will turn it into a pandas series. Okay, so once again remember, see here it is giving you as something like a series. So I'll store it in yes. And if you use something like the type of S, it is going to be series from pandas. It belongs to pandas series. It is single column. Only one column will be there. It can have multiple rows. If you have something like a dictionary, okay, maybe something like D equal to, let me create some dictionary name. So the name of the players are going to be Dhoni, Kohli, Rohit, or any batsman we can have. Then we can go with any other batsman. Sky, Surya Kumar Yadav, fine. Comma, then we are going to have their max score. Okay, so the max score, I am creating dictionary. So the maximum score for Dhoni, we can have maybe like in different format we can include. I hope their scores are, or yeah, 225, 183 and 256, I hope so. And then for Sky, I don't know, I'll just enter some number. Fine. Then let us keep their age as well. So I'll create a column 42, 35, sorry, 37, then 31. Fine. We have now multiple rows and columns. It's a dictionary actually, but you can create, if you have multiple, this is a column, this is another column, this is another column. So if you have multiple rows and columns, then you can go with pd.data frame. Okay, capital D and capital F. If you pass D, you will get a tabular data now. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, this actually it's not a set, it should be a list of values. That's the problem. So when you give it as a set, what happens is it will be unordered. You can't have it. So now we have our D now, and you can go with pd.data frame and pass D inside. Okay, so what I'm getting now, I'm getting multiple rows and multiple columns. Their name, their maximum score, and their age. Okay, so this is called as data frame, which is used to store multiple rows and columns. So if you just load it in D, and if you use type of D, you will be getting the data frame. It belongs to the Pandas data frame. Okay, so now we'll learn how to load a data set. Your data set is contains single, it's multiple rows and multiple columns. So if you use Pandas read underscore CSV option, you can pass the path or directory of your CSV file and you can load it in a variable. Okay, so you can use it later. So let me just go and load dataset equal to or data equal to pandas dot read underscore CSV, and I need to pass the path. Okay, so I have the path here. Let me copy this of the file. It is a CSV file which is comma separated value file. So I need to use read CSV. So you can see now it is loaded. So if you use data now and print it, you will be getting your data set loaded here, and it seems like multiple rows and columns. Okay, it can't show all the entries, so it is showing the first 5 and last 5, and it is denoting dots. And if you want, if you check type of data, it is going to belong to Pandas data frame. Okay, so a data frame which contains multiple rows and columns, and a series means if you pick a single column, it is series. Fine, are we fine with this? Can we move on to the next one? Or if you have your data in a CSV file, or if you have it in an Excel file, it is actually, you can do it something like pd.read underscore, you have a lot of suggestions here. You have JSON, you have, see here, sorry guys, you can read from clipboard, CSV, Excel, like different format, HTML, JSON, Parquet, Pickle, okay, SQL query from table. You can read XML file as well. Since our data is actually in CSV format, we are going with that. And whatever thing you load, it will be loaded. If you have multiple rows and columns, it is going to load it as data frame. If it's a single column, it is going to load as series. Now, we are going to learn some commands. Okay, so the first thing is this data set is now Pandas data frame. So these data frame have some features inside of it. What is that? We'll see. So if you go with dot head, it is going to show you the first 5 rows. Okay, maybe if I use something like data dot head, this data is now a data frame. You can call dot head to get the first 5 entries. Can you guys see this? So it's by default it is going to show you the first 5 row. If you want the first 7, just pass it inside as a parameter. You get the first 7 rows. See here, from 0, so you get till 6. Got it? So you want till the first 15, you can enter 15, you get the first 15 entries. Okay. Similarly, you have another option which is called as data.tail, and tail will show you the last 5 rows. The last 5. Similarly, if you want the last 10, just go and enter that 10 here. It is going to show you the last 10 rows. So that's how your head and tail works. Apart from that, you have an option which is called as info. Okay, so this gives you some information about your data set. What is that information? We'll see now. Okay, so let me go with data.info. Okay, so what is the information it is giving me? It is belongs to a type of data frame. It has 768 entries starting from 0 to 767. It has total 9 columns, and the column name, what is the non-null count. We will be discussing elaborately about null values because it's a problem. Null values is something like, here you have some values, right? What if you don't have any value here? You have an empty column, okay, empty cell here. It is called as a null value, which means not a number, or null, which is empty. So we don't want them to be present. So There are certain ways to find that as well, but here this info will give you some details like how many non-null. It seems like the total entries is 768 and we have 768 non-null in every one. If null is null value, then non-null means it is not a null value, which means a value is actually present. Then we have a data type. What is the type of data you have in each of your column? We get that as well. Okay. So got it about info. So totally they give you how many data type you have. Float is 2 in 2 places, an integer in 7 places, and the total memory usage for this data here is 54.1 KB. And you have the final option here, which is describe. Okay, so this describe option is going to give you a statistical summary of numerical values. If you have numerical columns, if you have text column, it won't include that. I hope here everything is numerical, so no issue. The statistical summary, what does that mean? For every column, what is the total count of entries you have? What is the average value? What is the standard deviation? What is the minimum value? See here, in age, we have a minimum of 21. So 21 is the starting age and 81 is the maximum age we have. So this is a statistical summary which you can get. So if you wonder why we are doing this is, once again, your data set which you collect is from open source or you have created it, but you don't know whether it is proper or not. Okay, so we go and perform exploratory data analysis, and that's what we are doing it now. Even it is a NLP data set, it's a tabular data, it's a numerical data, we do this. Fine. Are we clear with this? Can we move into the next set of functions on analyzing data? We have completed head, tail, info and describe. Now can we move to the next one? Can I get some response from you guys? Are you guys understanding this? Because Pandas is really important. Whatever data set we use, we will be using Pandas to process it. Okay, so it's one of the basic tool for us. Even if you belong to non-programming background or if you don't know Python, I hope you can understand this. This is pretty much very simple. Right? We are just following simple steps. Can I get few more response in the chat box? Yeah. So earlier what we have used is it is actually library is something like Python class and object converted into stored as modules, packages, and then turned into a library. So these are some methods which is something like a function inside of your class. So you have to access it with parentheses. But if you have attributes in your class in Python, you won't go with parentheses. You will just call for that, right? So it's like attributes. So you have some attributes, something like you can get the column names by dot columns. You don't want to pass parentheses. If you pass, you will get error. Okay. You can go with dot shape to get the shape of your data set. You can use d type to get the data types of each column. Then you can use index to collect the index information. Kalaivani, you will get a year. Okay. 1 year access to all the courses. Yeah, so since we have started it, so before continuing, if you want to convert this masterclass into 1 month certified internship on natural language processing, you can join as an internship user and get these benefits. So if you want to learn for free, you can watch the YouTube, or if you want to move one step ahead, learn more with some support, you can join the benefit of this internship. You'll be getting 30 days, it's a separate agenda from the basics of machine learning. So you get 30 days of recorded sessions, 30 days of presentations for download, 10 projects source code for download, 1 month internship certificate, participation certificate, 90 days of access to all the courses, 4 hackathon Zoom sessions. So by every weekend we will be having a Zoom session to clarify your doubt, and a community group as well. So you can get all these benefits at a discounted fee at $799, and the registration link is posted in chat box. You can join as an internship user and get all these benefits. And if you are like, you will be getting this day-wise learning plan from the base. Okay, from day 1 till day 11 it will be machine learning basics, and then from day with the project as well. You have the machine learning 3 projects for machine learning, and then you can start with our regex and the other thing as well. Yeah, it's the same instructor for all the course. It's me. So I am going to be the instructor for all the four courses. It's a self-paced course. You can watch at any time you want. So from day 12 onwards, we have the NLP content for you. Or if you are someone who are planning to buy all these four, if you want to learn, you want to get the basics of Python clearly till advanced level, we have till advanced as well in Python, then machine learning, then NLP, then generative AI with image as well. So if you want, you can register for our 4-in-1 bundle offer. So even this single course is costing you 799, but if you get this 4-in-1 bundle, you will get it as 1299. So it's a limited offer and it ends by this weekend. By Sunday, we are going to close this. You can get it at a discounted fee at 1299. 4 courses in one bundle offer. The registration link is posted in chat box, and you get 120 records, weekly live sessions, 4 certifications, 4 1-month certifications you get separately, 30 plus projects, downloadable PPTs, internship confirmation letter, 1-year validity, and community support. So if you have doubt, you can attend our weekend live sessions, or you can post the query. It will be answered soon. We have a query box as well for every course you are watching, for every video. You can post there, it will be solved. Or if you want direct interaction, we keep weekly live sessions for you. You can attend that and clarify your doubts. You can get all these benefits at just 1299, and we are closing this by this Sunday. So only 2 days left for this 4-in-1 bundle offer. If you are planning, the registration link is posted in the chat box. So now continuing now with the next one, the attributes. So let us start with columns. So I don't want to pass parentheses for these attributes. So data.columns is going to give me a list. Okay. So you will be getting a list, Python list of column names, pregnancies, glucose, blood pressure, skin thickness, and so on. Okay. And if you go with data.index, you get the index information, starting 0, ending 768 with 1 step, 0, then 1, then 2. If you have 0, 2, 4, 8, then the step is 2. And if you go with data.shape, you get a tuple with the number of rows separated by comma with number of columns. Okay, so 768 rows and 9 columns is what we have in our data. So that's the shape. Okay, so if you want to get the row, you can go with 0th index, you get 768, and the number of columns is in first index, you get 9. Then finally you can also pick this data.dtypes. Each column, what is their data type, you can get, whether it's integer or what. Okay, so these are some attributes. I hope we can move into the next one. This is clear. Now we are going to learn how to select a single column. Okay, can anyone tell if we have multiple rows and one single column in Pandas, what it is called as? If you have multiple rows and one single column, what do you call it as? We call it as, can you guys tell what it is? It is called as series or data frame. See here, if you go and call data, you will be getting your entire data set, okay, which is a data frame. But if you want to pick one single column, what you can do is you can use square bracket. Yes, very good, series. So you can use square bracket and then use, you can inside string you can mention what the column you want. Maybe if I want age column, I can go and call like this. I'll be getting age column, and this is something Pandas series. If you want, you can use type of this. You will be getting it as Pandas series. It belongs to series because it's a single column. Okay. So if you go and call like this, you will be getting individual column. Or you can also do something like this. If you are selecting single column, then you can go and call dot the column name age. That will also give you the same result. So this is selecting a single column. If you want to select multiple columns, maybe for example, let us first see the columns, data.head. So maybe if I want to pick multiple columns, then multiple columns is a data frame. So if you want to call that, you can pass it as a 2D. Okay. So create a square bracket and then create another square bracket. You want to pass it as a 2D. What all columns you need? I want age column. Come on, what all I need? I want BMI. Okay, BMI. Then do I want anyone else? I'll get glucose. So if I want these all, I can just go and get like this. What I'm getting here is a data frame which is selected from that. Make sure you pass it as a 2D. Okay. Got it? And if you go with a single column, I hope it won't work. You get error. If you pass like this, you will get the result which you are expecting. Fine. So now as we have learned how to select single and multiple columns, if you select a single column in a Pandas series, you have some options, okay, some methods. So for a series, you can use unique to get all the unique values in it, okay, especially if you have a discrete column or a categorical column, you can use unique. If you use value counts, it is going to tell you what all unique and how many times they are occurring in your data. Maybe if you have male and female, how many male you have, this will give you male and female, this will give you how many male and how many female, that is value count. If you select a single column, and you can ask for mean value to get the average value of that column, and you can use dot median to get the median value of that column. You can use mode to get the most repeating value as well. So maybe if I just go and select, I will go with outcome column. So outcome is our target of that patient, whether he is having the diabetes or not. That's what this data set is all about. So we have a lot of ones and zeros. Here 1 means disease present and 0 means disease absent. Okay. So if I go with dot unique, okay, it's a series, and if you use unique in a series, you will get all the unique values. Here we have 1 and 0. So it won't be wise if you use it in age. Maybe if you want to know what all unique ages you have, it is proper if you use in a categorical column. Age is a continuous value. These are all the ages you have anyway. Okay. So if you want to know how many people belong to 50, how many people belong to 31, then you can go with, select that and go with value counts. Maybe if you have a column known as gender, male and female, you can use this to get information how many male and female. It will be wiser to use it. Okay, so you can see age 22, we have 72 records, 21 we have 63 peoples. Maybe if you use with outcome, you can find how many persons have disease and how many don't have. 500 people don't have the disease and 268 people have disease diabetes in our data set. Okay, so I hope these are clear. You can also get the mean and median values. So data of age dot mean will give you the average value. 33 is the average, which is the most repeating. I hope it's 22, right? Since the 22 count is the largest we got. Or if you want, you can go with median as well. Arrange in ascending order. What's the middle value? That's the median value, 29.0. Fine. We have seen this, and now we are going to learn how to slice a series. Okay. What is slicing? Have you guys used it in Pandas? String and all, we have string slicing and all. Have you guys used it? Even in list and all, we have it. So first we'll pick a series now, and you guys know that you can create a new variable. For example, new equal to data of age means I'm going to get this series in this variable new. It's a new copy now. You get the age column alone. It's a series. Now, when you handle a series, it is different for data frame. So that's why we are doing it separately. If you have a series and if you want to pick any one entry, for example, this is your serial number, also called as index. If you want what is the age at the third index, you can pass 3 here in square bracket. You get the respective age. Okay. So that is slicing. Maybe if you want from 0 till 7, you can pass like this. Using colon, you can enter the starting and ending number, you will be getting that. Okay, one step before the ending, right? So if you pass 7, you get till 6, right? So you can also add a step. Maybe if you want 2 step, 0, 2, 4 and all, you can add 2 step. Maybe if I want till 100, I will go in 20 steps. So 0, 20, 40, 80. you get those records. This is for a series. But if you have a data frame, what we have to do is you can either use locate or ILocate. Okay, so what is that? We'll see the difference now. So now data.hit, right? So if you go with data of 0, you will get error now. Like if you try to do it like a series, you will be getting error. Okay, you can't do it. You can use either locate. Okay, dot locate of 0. You are going to locate the 0th index. If you use locate, what it is going to do is in the index where you have exactly 0, it is going to search it. When it finds someone in that name, it is going to give you the record. Okay, if you use locate, you get all the record of that single person. Okay, similarly, you can also use something known as ILocate, which is actually index location. If you pass 0, you get the same here, because here the index and the column name are actually starting from 0 and you have it. Okay, but you can rename this index as well, and in place, if you don't have 0, 1, 2, 3, you have A, B, C, D and all. Maybe I'll show you this example. Earlier we have gone with this, right? The first example, I hope we have created D, right? I'll copy this. So we have our D here, and D equal to PD dot data frame. I'll show you an example, guys. What's the difference between locate and ILocate? I'll pass D here, and D I will actually have this D dot reset index. Okay, so let us try to pass A comma B. What is that reset index? I'll teach you as later. Okay, maybe we create another one here. Index A, B, C and D now. Okay, we have 4 entries anyway. Okay, fine. Maybe yeah, the 3 players we have. No, that's not an issue. I hope so. Okay, it won't match. Anyway, so we'll see this example anyway later on. Maybe or I'll use the different data set for this example. Let us first upload some data set which is known as Titanic. Fine, let me try one last time with this. We remove this, or we'll skip this example, go and use a different example. So D equal to PD dot data frame E comma index equal to okay, anyway they don't match. Pandas data frame. So let us look into the documentation itself from Pandas. We have the Pandas here index. So if you leave it default, it is going to start from 0. So if you want to mention, yeah, they have the examples here. Yeah, here they are setting the index. Index is just for series, and if you go with the data frame, okay, so here they are using as we do in our list, they are passing the index. We have 4 entries, right? So if you just look at without this, okay, what Manikya Prabha you are telling us it's columns, but we are trying to give index to the rows. If you look at pd.data frame, we have it in this way. So we are actually giving the index which is for rows actually, and yeah, maybe I'll show with this example. I have this Titanic data set, right, where we can easily do Titanic. This is another data set, pandas.data read underscore csv, and let us pass titanic.csv, and let us go with titanic.head. Fine, so we have once again 0, 1, 2, 3 here. So you can replace the index here or reset underscore index with, let us rename it with name and pass in place equal to true. Okay, it is set underscore index. Yeah, so we have changed it. So if you look at Titanic.head now, so you have the index especially. So here you can see the exact difference between locate and ILocate. So if you pass Titanic.locate of 0, you will get error because you don't have 0 here. Okay. Here we want to use index location of 0. It is going to based on index. Indexing starts from 0. This is 0th entry. This is first. So you get the respective detail of this person if you go with 0, and if you go with 1 you get the first person detail and so on. Especially if you want to locate, then you have to actually pass their exact value in the index. If you want to locate this guy, you pass that, you will get the respective result. And that's, I hope it is clear, right? Regarding locate and the ILocate, is it clear regarding the both? Can I get some response? Yes, what about others? Are we clear with locate and ILocate? So moving into the next one now. So let us continue with the next one, which is actually here. We have seen creating new column. Yeah, so let us see about creating a new column now. Maybe for example, we go back into our data set now, data.head. Maybe for some purpose you are planning to multiply this skin thickness or age with 10, and then you are going to store it in a new example. Okay. For example, let us do something like this. Data of, if you give a new name, okay, you are going to create a new column. Maybe if you want age multiplied by 10 is the column name I am going to create, and I am going to store something like this. I am going to get the age column, or first let us create this store 1 there. Okay, so what happens is if you call with the new name, okay, so you go with data.head, you get a column known as age multiplied by 10, you get a 1 everywhere. Okay, instead you can also do this something like you can go and call other column, you will get the same value there. Okay, so you get this here, or if you want you can also do something like this. You can go with multiplied by 10, a numerical value, right? So you can multiply it with 10 and get the result. So see here, 50, 500, 31, 310, 32, 320, and so on. So this is how you create a new column. Are we clear with creating a new column? Once again, so you have to create a new column. Okay, like you select a column, you have to give a name of a new column. Okay, that will do the task. Clear? Okay, Derek, setting a index. I hope you haven't left it. Anyway, we'll do this anyway. So instead of dictionary, we'll pass something like this. Here, if I want to create a data frame, I can go and do something like this. I can pass a list of tuples which has something like Dhoni, comma, what's the exact max score, right? 225, comma, I'll store the age, comma, I'll create another tuple with Kohli, comma 183, comma we can have 37. Maybe we have these two entries now for now, and then I'm going to store the index. So you can create an index as a list here. We have something like captain, comma vice captain. Okay, and then columns is equal to, you can do in this way. So in the columns, let me create a name, comma score, comma age, right? So now you get it, right? So you have to pass in this way so you can get the index set as well. Fine. So moving into the next one now, I have this column and now I have created it, and some point of time I got bored of it. I just want to remove that. I don't want that. So how to delete? Can we see it now? So we are going to discuss now about how to delete it. Okay. And one more thing, guys. I think I remember here we have to, especially if you have it as the previous version like this, and here just create a data frame. Let us look into this. You have a data frame now which is D. Derek, please see this. I think you can go and use reset index. It's what you asked, right? I think you can pass names equal to the parameter, and let us pass A, B, C and D. Okay, so okay, still it is giving us some 0, 1, 2, 3. Level equal to A. Okay, fine. So we'll continue with this. So let us see how to delete that. Okay, so we go with data of. So for removing some columns, you can use dot drop actually. So when you want to drop it, you can use by passing the column name. So my column which I want to delete is age multiplied by 10. Then what I need to do is I can use a comma, and then I have to pass one more thing which is axis. Okay, so the axis, if I want to remove a column, I have to go with 1, and if I want to remove a row, I have to go with 0. Here I want to remove a column, so I can go with 1. So the axis is 1 now. Okay, so what happens here, you have removed that. Okay, but if you now look at your data.head, you will still have it. Okay, age multiplied by 10, you still have it. So what's the problem here is, if you want, you can store it in a new variable, maybe d2 equal to this. If I look at d2, it's a separate copy which don't have age multiplied by 10. Okay, we don't have it, but in data we have it, and the reason is this is doing the change now. You are dropping it, but you are not updating your data frame. Okay, if you want to store it in a new variable, then you can use it as such. Or if you want to update your data itself, what you can do is you can pass in place equal to true. It's a parameter, you have to pass true. So if you use true here, then it will be removed. So if you go with data.head now, it will be removed. Okay, so you don't have it. And especially if you want to remove any row, for example, if I don't want 0 and the second row, what I can simply do is I can once again use the drop option and I can pass the rows which I want to remove, comma, here the access will be 0 because I am doing row wise action, and I'll go with in place equal to true as well. So this will update. So if you look at the data.head, that will be removed. Fine. So 0 and 2 has been removed. Clear? Are we clear with how to remove a row and column? Can I get some response? Are we clear with this? So moving into the next one. So we'll see about how to rename a column. So if you want to rename a column, you have to use dot rename and you can pass columns equal to, okay. So if you want, you can go with columns equal to, you can pass a dictionary with the old column name colon new column name. Okay, so let us go with something like here. If I want to just use rename and I want to rename columns is equal to, I want to rename this blood pressure into BP, so I can do that. So if I want to do multiple things, I can separate it with comma and do that. And you can see now it has changed, but it hasn't been updated. Okay, see here, Manika, if you do it, it will give you the result. If you are storing it in a new variable, then no issue. But if you are updating your data itself, you have to go with in place equal to true. By default, it will be false. If you pass true, it will update your data variable itself. So if you look at data, you get the result. Okay, so you will be changed the BP. So this is how you rename a column. Then if you have multiple data sets, you can use concat to combine them. So later a part of this session, when discussing pandas, we have some functions for merging two data set where we will see about concat. We will also see about merge as well. So for resetting an index, you can pass, maybe if you are setting a new index, you can pass the name. For example, let us go with that column name dataset dot reset index. Okay, so if you want to set anything as an index, maybe if you want to set the BP as index, I hope that will create a problem. Maybe if you look at the Titanic, that's what we have did earlier. When we done with what we have done with Titanic is we are setting an index by passing the name column, and we are using in place equal to true to set that as an index itself. Okay, got it? Tomorrow there is class, you can attend. We have a class tomorrow as well. So there is an option called as copy. So if you use dot copy, it is going to take a copy. Okay, so you can take a new copy in the memory. So you can use it later. For example, data2 equal to data dot copy. It will take a different copy. So you can use data2 to work on it. Fine. So it stores in a different memory location. Whatever you change in this won't be affected in the other one as well. So before continuing, if you want to convert this masterclass into 1 month certified internship on natural language processing, you can join as an internship user. You will get 30 days of recorded sessions, 30 days of PPTs for download, 10 plus source code project, 1 month internship certificate, participation certificate, 90 days of access to the courses, 4 hackathon live sessions and community group. So you can get all these at a discounted fee at $799 by using the registration link. You can join as an internship user. You will be getting a 30 days plan, and if you are planning to buy all the 4 courses in one bundle, you can get it at a fee at $1,299, and the registration link is posted in chat box. It's a limited offer. The offer ends by this Sunday. So if you want, you can get all the 4. You will be getting self-paced 120 records, weekly live sessions, 4 certifications, 1 month internship certification, 30 plus projects, downloadable PPTs, internship confirmation letter, 1 year validity, and community support as well. And now moving into the next one. Okay, we have left with this. Before merging, I hope we need to see about these few. So what we'll do is we'll see this. Anyway, we'll wind up with this. So we have map, we have apply, and we have apply map. So what is that? We'll see now. Okay. So once again, I'm going to use or create some columns. So it's a self-paced course. It will start within a day. When you register, it will start within a day. So I'll create a data frame now with first name. Let us have Virat, Sachin, Indra, okay, Ravichandra. Fine, come on. We can have something else like last name as well. Okay, so that's what the two we are going to have now. So last underscore name. So it is Kohli. Come on, Tendulkar. Come on, Jadeja. Come on, Ashwin. So we create df equal to pd dot data frame. Df. So df dot head now will have this. Okay. Fine. Maybe we'll try with this one last time. Index equal to, we have 4 entries. So VK, ST, Ravindra Jadeja, and Ravindra Ashwin. df dot reset underscore index. Names is equal to x. Okay, we got our index now with that name itself. Fine. So yeah, so that's for checking. Anyway, we have this head, and now we are going to learn first about map. Okay, so map is a thing. They are similar, but they have some difference. We are going to see about map, apply, and apply map. Okay. Piyush, you can do it. Let me cross check and tell you in the next session. Okay, I know I have made some mistakes in this session. I'll try to sort it down and tell you in the next session. Okay, you can do it. We need to find the exact way. We need to check the documentation once. We can sort it down. So here map, what it does is it applies to a Pandas series. It works only with a series, and it applies a function element wise. You can have any function or a lambda function of Python. So we'll use a simple lambda function. So first I'll pick the first name, and I'm going to use, it's a series, so you can use it in a series. So go and use dot map, and I'll pass lambda. Okay, so in lambda I get x, and what I'm going to do is I'll get it and turn it into uppercase. Okay, so if I use this, I'll be getting all the uppercase. It will select all the individual thing and apply it. So if you want to if you have a function in NLP, especially if you have a function created for preprocessing, you can use dot apply or dot map in a series to implement it everywhere in a series. And then if you want to do something which is row wise or column wise common, okay, row wise or column wise together, you can use apply. You can go with df dot apply. Okay, I'll do it row wise. Okay, first I'll use locate of 0, and then I'll use apply to apply the same, maybe uppercase. Okay, so it works with series and data frame as well. Especially if you want to entirely apply, you can go with apply map. You can use it for your data frame. You can use the same lambda to do that thing. So if you pass it, you will be getting everywhere. See here, it is turned into caps, right? So that's what will happen if you go with apply map. Clear? So see the difference between map, apply and apply map, that's the result. So yeah, finally we'll see these things. I think we can continue this in the next session with merging and then some pre-processing methods with correlation. We'll see in the next session. Along with that, we will be completing that and going into text pre-processing 1. So we'll see in the next session. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thanks for attending. And please make sure you collect a data set and do all these processing once again, okay, on your own. Thank you.